Thanks for clicking on the 2-minute drills. Fred J. Robledo, San Gabriel Valley Tribune Prep Sports Editor. Aram Talegian, San Gabriel Valley Newspaper Group football writer. We're here to talk about, what else, Freddie? The
Smudge Pot opening week.
Smudge Pot. San Dimas at Bonita. Fred, let's get right to it.
I'm not even sure I'm ready for this. I mean, this is usually, we build up to this game a third or fourth week, but because of the new leagues, because of the schedules, they were forced to play in week 0.
Right.
I mean, what a treat for people right off the bat. I've covered this game the last 3 years, Aram. I mean, it's unbelievable how many people show up. I mean, the lines are around the park.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a great game again this year.
Right.
Both teams, obviously San Dimas coming off their first championship in history, the Mid-Valley Division title. They're fired up, and Bonita, they've lost this game 3 years in a row. You know that doesn't sit well with Coach Eric Podling.
Right. Now let's talk about a couple of big situations that happened just recently with both programs at the key quarterback position. Bonita lost senior quarterback Garrett Pendleton to an elbow injury. He's going to miss this game. Hopefully he's only going to miss 4 to 6 weeks overall and be back for league. He was key to their chances. And San Dimas, on the other hand, got a big infusion here with quarterback Cody Watts, a transfer from Denair High School up in Northern California. Freddie, let's talk about these two situations because with Pendleton, a lot of people thought that Bonita had a big chance to do some damage against San Dimas, but now that he's not there...
Well, I mean, I could tell you about Pendleton. Just last week when we found out he was injured, I had a coach from Arizona State calling in here inquiring about that injury. Obviously, he's getting some pretty good looks, and it's going to affect Bonita more than it does San Dimas because they like to throw the ball so much.
Right.
You know, San Dimas runs their wing tee, and they've run it to perfection the last 3 years. It's a defense that gives teams a lot of trouble. And this year when I was talking to Coach Zernico, the San Dimas coach, he says they're going to implement a lot of hurry-up in their offense this year. So as if the wing tee wasn't difficult enough, they're going to try to confuse teams by just speeding up the game. And this Cody Watts, from everything that we've heard, I'm not sure how well he throws the ball, but he's supposed to be a bruiser. He's supposed to be a guy who can take off and run the ball and get big yards for you. So if you have a quarterback like that, and in his previous high school era, he ran the wing tee. So, I mean, how fortunate to have a guy like that fall in your lap.
Right,
so.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. On the other hand, the jury is still out on Bonita's Greg Spathius. He's a senior. He'll be taking over for Pendleton. Freddie, you and I saw him last week in the scrimmage against Damien. This kid's not bad.
No,
he throws a good ball. He looked like he had command of the offense.
And Bonita had some size, too. That's the one thing they're going to have over San Dimas is these guys got some big boys who up front. I just don't know how, you know, that's what made me wonder the last few years how San Dimas was able to pull this off. Because it always seemed like Bonita had the size. I always thought they would push him around. But again, it's that offense. These have been high-scoring games. These haven't been 14-7, 7-0 games, Aaron. Both teams, these teams have been able to score on each other. And, you know, I anticipate that to be more of the same.
Okay, so Fred says high-scoring game. But, Freddie, who wins it?
San Dimas. I like San Dimas because they're the defending champions with Bonita losing Pendleton, you know, this late in the day. You know, if it happened back in the spring, and you mentioned this too, Coach Podley, you know, he's a master at developing the quarterback. But this late in the day where he's had a couple weeks, and although these guys look good in last week's scrimmage, I just think that preparing for San Dimas without your starting quarterback, someone that spectacular, is going to bite him in the end.
You know, I thought that Bonita had a chance, and I was probably going to pick them. I thought they had a real good chance, actually, if Pendleton was playing. But without him, it's tough to ask Spathius to come into a situation like this and be fine. And there's no, at least from what I saw last week, there's no real threat of a strong running game that they can fall back on. And that worries me. I don't doubt for a second that Spathius will make some big plays on Friday night. And I think, you know, with those great receivers, and we saw them, Fred, they're a combination of big targets, guys with speed. I think that they will make plays. I think they will make some big plays. But in the end, I just don't know how you back a team that doesn't have a running game and has a new quarterback in there. So I'm going to go with San Dimas also. But I think this game has a chance to be close.
And the key is going to be defensively for Bonita because, like I said, in the last 3 years, they haven't figured out a way to stop this San Dimas offense. They haven't. And it seems like the last 3 years, it's been a complete different personnel in the backfield, and it picks up where it leaves off. So that's going to be the key. If they could figure out a way to slow San Dimas down a little bit, Aaron, they're going to have a pretty good chance.
Right. Okay, so there you have it. Fred Robledo's taking San Dimas. I'm taking San Dimas. Should be a great game, great environment at Bonita High School on Friday night. Kickoff at 7 p.m.